Welcome into Illini Drive. My name's Josh Pietsch, joined alongside for the first time with Carson Gourdie. It feels like we talk about sports just about every time we talk, but I don't think we've ever done it just us two on the radio. How you doing, Carson?
I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me on.
Yeah, Gabby couldn't be here today. She's got some baseball stuff that she's doing right now, but yeah, we got Carson and Josh for the first time. Should be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for inviting me on. College basketball is dead in Champaign, but my bracket is still alive because I picked Baylor to win the national championship.
Yeah, obviously I'm not too happy with that, but sorry about that. We were using the wrong microphone there for Carson.
Just want to say, Josh, thanks for letting me on for the show. I'm excited. As I said, basketball is dead in Champaign, unfortunately. But Carson Gourdie's bracket is still alive and well. Have Baylor championship. As long as Florida State beats Michigan, I'm going to win $400.
As long as Florida State
and Baylor wins
beats
the title,
Michigan.
too.
All right, so
I need Florida State to beat Michigan.
So if that upset happens and Baylor wins the title, you are good to go.
I win $400.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
All right, well, my bracket is toast because I, like a true Illini fan, took the Illini to win, which obviously stings for me. But to get into the show, really, obviously we're going to start by talking about Illinois as we usually do. So they came out against Drexel looking pretty awesome. I mean, you could tell the first 5 to 10 minutes, I think there's a little bit of rust in there. Adam Miller, specifically to me, looked a little shaky. But then the rest of the way they were really just having fun with it, they almost won by 30. I think they went up by over 30 for 5-10 minutes there in the second half. Based on that game, Carson, did you expect what you saw from the game against Loyola?
Yes, because we were playing in middle school. They were the Drexel Dragons. I mean, they were like 12-7, didn't really have the size to go against Kofi. Like, Kofi had his way. I mean, Kofi was a modern-day Shaq against them. I mean, 8 for 11. He really can be touched. The worst, like, Brad Underwood's kryptonite is just a fundamental team that's patient, waits for you to make mistakes. And that's what Loyola did. They did a great job being patient and had a lot of backdoor cuts. They ganged up on Kofi. Io couldn't get to the basket, and it was a disaster. I mean, we've seen this from Illinois this year with Michigan State coming out rough, and it was just they play with fire too much.
Yeah, I was just about to say the first couple minutes of the Loyola game, I got immediate Michigan State vibes. And I turned to the two people next to me, and I've never done this before. I said, we're not winning this game.
We all knew
it was very obvious. You go down 15-6 or something like that within the first 5-10 minutes, something like that. And it's just, we just didn't look like the same team. I mean, everyone was ripping on that one analyst who said, like, Illinois has chemistry issues. And unfortunately, he was exactly right for the way Illinois went out.
And I think the worst part with Io, it's like, yeah, he had 6 turnovers, but the worst part was just him getting beat back door. I mean, once we started scoring, the problem is we were just trading buckets.
Yeah,
like Cutwick, that guy looked like Djokovic. You know, he was like just unstoppable against us. Yeah, and Illinois, you know, they got some things they got to fix because the reason why we haven't won back-to-back Big Ten titles last year, got down to a 20-point hole against Michigan State, blew leads against Maryland. This year, it was just, we played with fire. Like, we went to overtime with Nebraska. It was just Loyola. I know they're underseeded, but we still should have beat them. I wonder what would happen if that wasn't an 11 o'clock game.
I really do, too.
What if it was like 4:30 and we're ready? I feel like they came in there, we beat Drexel, we're playing Sister Jean. And then they came in there and they just thought they were going to win. And they got punched in the mouth. And then the entire game, it was just 8 points, 8 points, 8 points, 8 points.
All the skeptics, you know, between playing the only in-state team in the tournament, it being on a Sunday in the morning with Sister Jean right when church is, and some people say God plays favorites in March.
Sister Jean is the Antichrist.
I remember that post was going around on like the Champagne something. It was like if we learned anything from Sunday, it's that the only person that can beat the Illini is God. And it actually is pretty funny because I agree with you. If that game isn't played at 11 in the morning, maybe it's different, but honestly, based on the energy I saw and based on the way they played between game plans and energy, I think that Loyola would beat Illinois 7 times out of 10.
That's what I don't think we'd win the best out of 7 series.
No,
I think they are the worst matchup possible for this Illinois basketball team.
I don't know about possible.
I'd rather play Alabama in the round 32 than this Loyola team.
I had Alabama losing in the first round.
You had them losing to Iona?
I did.
Why?
Because
why would you do that?
They live and die by the 3-point line, and for 30 minutes it was extremely close, and then they started hitting threes and they broke away.
Taking Oral Roberts.
I should have.
Oral Roberts, when you look back at the In hindsight, it kind of makes sense. Really
Did you
good.
know Lenardi picked that upset?
Did he
There's
actually?
a 45-second clip of it. Yes, he literally predicted it. Lenardi's point was Ohio State greatly overachieved.
Yeah.
They were without Kyle Young, and Oral Roberts had two extremely good guards that he didn't think Walker
Guard
could
play was
cover.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they make their free throws. Like, if there's a fundamental team in Ohio State, I think they're 9 for 19.
Yeah, Washington probably didn't sleep well for
Wasn't
a
that
couple days.
just the greatest open look of all time to end the game?
He made that shot 100 times against Illinois. I remember even like Jeremy Warner was tweeting like, this is not the exact same Dwayne Washington that Illinois fans saw. He was amazing against us, and he played like a C game. He scored a lot, but he took a lot of shots.
Hey, I know, Big Ten. Are we overrated? Or is it just a bad weekend? I do think the Big 12 is better. I've been saying that for a little bit.
The Big 12 only has one team left also.
I know,
Just
but
Kansas.
Kansas is gone.
I'm sorry, just
Baylor.
Baylor. Yeah.
Pac-12.
I feel
League
like
of Champions.
I feel like the Pac-12 is just having the best week of their.
None of them are going to make the Final Four. None of them are going to make the Final Four. First of all, Oregon and UC are going to knock each other out. Who are the other ones? Gonzaga's winning the region.
Probably.
I mean, they had a cute little run, but yeah, none of them are national title contenders.
Give me your new Final Four.
Loyola's a lock.
I agree.
Now, maybe Syracuse. I like Syracuse.
I like
Buddy
too.
Boeheim.
Jim Boeheim is a lower seed is scary.
I know.
He's really scary.
My friend took him to the Elite Eight, but he took Illinois to win the title. So
I predicted their first 2 wins, but I have them losing to Houston.
I think Loyola's a lock. I think Baylor's pretty much a lock. I can't go against the Zags. They look like a pro team right now.
I'm 3 for 3 with you right now.
Last one's tough. So I could see Michigan like pulling a bunny out of their hat, but I gotta go with Alabama.
I'm going with UCLA.
No,
I really think they're gonna do it.
Dude, it's not John Wooden. There's no Russell Westbrook. There's no Kevin Love.
It doesn't matter.
Lonzo
Look at
Ball.
the way the rest of the tournament has gone. Lonzo was no good.
I mean, like, yeah, okay, but dude, they played Michigan State, who lacks an alpha male. They did come back. Congratulations. But then they got to play Abilene Christian in the next round. And BYU, I mean,
BYU wasn't any good.
Exactly. I mean, Michigan State would be BYU. That's a W.
Isn't it weird that BYU got a higher seed than Loyola?
Okay, I'm going to say this. That was planned. The NCAA tournament set that up on purpose. Why was Michigan State and UCLA in the first four? Television ratings. 3 years ago, why did Lonzo Ball have to play Kentucky in the Sweet 16? Television ratings. Why was Oklahoma State 4 seed, which had a better resume than West Virginia, beat them twice? Why were they a 4 and they were a 3? Because they wanted to set Cade Cunningham in Iowa. It was the same thing. They wanted Sister Jean on Sunday against Iowa Sumu, 2 Illinois State teams. Yeah, it's rigged.
The committee knows what it's doing. They're the biggest capitalists in the world.
It's not scientific, the reasoning. It's mostly like, oh, this is fun. I would love to see this matchup.
Maybe behind like David Stern in the 90s and Roger Goodell, I think the NCAA committee is the biggest capitalists in sports.
Yeah.
Or
they're
the world.
Smart. I mean, they're like, I'd probably do the same thing.
I would do the exact same thing. It just stinks for Illinois. They got 2 bad draws in a row. Illinois lost a Sweet 16 game or an Elite 8 game to Loyola in the round of 32.
Yeah, we did. That's what's weird is like, okay, say like we lost 2 more games, we had a 2 seed. Who says they wouldn't have bumped up Loyola to a 7? Because Loyola, you can make the argument, could have been a 6 or 5.
Oh, if Illinois dropped to a 2, they would have been a 7 for sure.
Exactly. Like, we weren't avoiding Cutwick. We were gonna have to face them one way or the other.
I mean, I know that this is what some people said. I don't know. Patrick Catazone writes for the Champaign Room. He told me, he said Illinois plays the exact same way as Loyola. They're just bigger. Nothing to worry about. Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
Cutwick has 3 inches shorter than Kofi, and he like sliced him.
I wanted to ask you about one thing. They ran one play, right?
Yeah.
The elbow motion. It's like a regular high school motion offense, but you move it in 5 feet. Why did that work the whole entire game?
Dude, they were one-on-one matchups. I mean, Cutwick was never double-teamed, really. It was Kofi versus Cutwick, and he just, like, ate his lunch.
It also doesn't help that Williamson outplayed Io in every single way.
Oh, Io, 6 turnovers. Couldn't shit. Like, he just wasn't getting in the basket. I liked Miller. I thought Miller had a pretty good game. He should have shot more, though.
He should have shot more, but how many opportunities did he have?
They did play great defense.
They did.
I mean, they were on glue. I mean,
they have the second best defensive efficiency in all of the NCAA.
Doesn't mean, but like, they lost Wisconsin by like 14. Like, they didn't really have like a signature win. So like, when I see defensive efficiency, I'm like, all right, well, they're playing like Drake and Illinois State all the time.
And they also
But they
lost to
proved
Wisconsin.
They got killed by Wisconsin.
It was
But, like,
early, though. Wisconsin is one of the most mature teams, oldest teams in college basketball. I'm not saying they're good because they're not, but
in December they were good. They were top 10 in December.
they were fine.
But it's just frustrating. It's like these mid majors, like once they get confidence, I don't know, dude. We wouldn't win in a rematch. I truly believe we would lose again.
I think so too. I want to ask you, let's say Illinois did go to the tournament last year.
Yeah.
And they go to the Sweet 16. I know Iowa would have left, but let's just live in a dream world where he comes back. Would Illinois have won?
No, because they're sloppy. This is like, dude, 17 turnovers. Like, that's what they do. I mean, Penn State, why are you down 19-4 against Penn State this year? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you have to score 6 points in a minute to force overtime with Nebraska?
It is weird that free throw shooting wasn't what killed them because Kofi
made his free throws,
which is really weird.
Against Michigan State, we missed 16 this year, and that's why we lost.
It's true.
It just Brad. I don't know. I don't know what that guy. I like him. Like, I think he can turn us into like a Purdue, like an Iowa. Like, we will make the tournament every year. But is Brad really the guy to turn us into a blue blood?
I think so. Well, not necessarily a blue blood, but like a Michigan State type of team.
Michigan State makes Final Four every year. I mean, 8 times since 2000. Do you think we can make even 2 Final Fours in the next decade?
It's going to take some time, but yeah, I do.
Like, if we don't make it next year, like if Kofi comes back, we are a Final Four caliber team.
100%. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but
like we got some cleaning house to do. I mean,
yeah. Here, listen, like not to jump forward too much, but they're going to be a lot more mature. It's hard to rely on 2 guys, Curbelo and Miller, that are immature, especially with Curbelo freshmen, in such a high-level game against such a mature team in Loyola that plays that good a defense. It was a terrible draw for them.
Yeah, honestly, it was just like, the team's good. We won the Big Ten. We swept Iowa, beat Ohio State 2-1, blasted Michigan. It's just one of those games. But that's the difference between like a Villanova and an Illinois. You know, like a mature program that like is ready for every single game.
Well, Jay Wright also has a lot more experience than Brad Underwood. This is only Brad Underwood's 4th year here.
Yeah.
Like he's
a
time.
coach. The guy's 55. He coached Stephen F. Austin.
I know,
Oklahoma
but this
State.
is his dream job. This is his first time really in the tournament with them. Like I know he made it after 1 year of Oklahoma State. Whatever, I don't care.
You know what he says after the game though? It's just like a lot of people will criticize. There's an analyst on CBS, and he was like, one of the biggest problems with Illinois was like in-game adjustments. And then Brad Underwood after the game was like, "Hey man, we threw everything at him, everything out of the book. It just didn't work."
That's not true.
That's what he said. He said he threw the kitchen sink at Illinois.
I was saying what he said isn't true. I know he said it.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's just like I think he's stubborn.
That means he admitted like that they're better than them.
That's
he
pretty much.
Have done that.
That's what he said. Like, yeah, they're better. Like we lost.
I don't like that. That was the one post-game press conference I didn't listen to. I was too upset.
Like Brad's a good guy, but he has proven that he has the ability to change. He did that last year. He changed up our defense. We didn't press as much. I'm just hoping that over the offseason, he can just get his guys ready more.
I really think he will. And
That's
also
tough.
The lack of tournament experience doesn't help because these Loyola guys did have tournament experience.
Yeah, like we could play in the Final Four, but I don't know. Iowa's like playing the top conference, make the clutch shots.
Well, we say top conference, but now it clearly doesn't look like that.
Still top 2 conference. It's still better than the SEC
and the ACC.
And the ACC. It's still better. It's better than the Pac-12. Okay, I don't care that the Pac-12 was started 5-0. Like we're still the top 2 conference.
When UCLA makes the Final Four, you're gonna regret that statement.
They're not making the Final Four.
I don't know.
They can't. It's science. They can't make it. It wouldn't make any sense. Imagine we had 2 11 seeds. We had Syracuse. We have UCLA.
Oral Roberts.
Creighton and Oral Roberts.
That'd be insane. 5, 15,
I'm taking Oral
11,
Roberts.
11. There's no reason Oral Roberts can't get to the Elite Eight.
They played Arkansas earlier in the year.
I know.
They only lost by 11.
I know.
And they're much better than they were in December.
Musselman's a really good coach, though.
Musselman is good. People were hyping him up for the Minnesota job. And then Minnesota hired some Xavier coach.
Did Minnesota get a coach?
Yeah, they did. I forget what his name is.
That was not big news.
It's the worst hire ever. Not ever.
Ugh.
He played there, but it was just very he was the assistant coach under Bettino at Minnesota. So that'd be like, I don't know, who's an assistant with John Grosh? whoever.
I don't remember.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be like us hiring him back. Like, hey, come back. Let's run it back.
Yeah, that's not good.
Like, it's a terrible hire.
Especially when Patino only made the tournament like twice.
Exactly. And I think Minnesota's actually kind of a good job. It could be.
It can be. There's some natural recruiting base,
Yeah.
but you lose way too many of your guys to Wisconsin, especially for basketball. Like if I were a coach, I'd much rather take Indiana right now than Minnesota.
You're going to get fired there, though.
Indiana, oh, I know. Indiana's not patient at all. That being said, Archie Miller, it's a good thing they fired him. But
No, of course. But did Tom Crane deserve to get fired?
Yes, it was time for a change. He didn't coach any defense.
I feel bad for Archie because Archie really won that Ohio State job. And I think Ohio State's a much better job than Indiana.
Yeah, but they got a home run in Chris Holtman.
They did. It's because like Archie took the job in the spring, and in the summer they forced Thad Matta out, and he was already at Indiana, so it was too late.
I mean, even
what could have been?
You look at Tom Crean now, though, at Georgia. Like
they're doable. Like they win.
They're
somewhat.
okay.
They're fine.
They didn't make the tournament with Anthony Edwards.
That usually doesn't work though. Markel Fultz at Washington, Ben Simmons at LSU. That just kind of proves that you need more than just one guy.
I feel like they're too focused on the NBA. Cade Cunningham did it this year, but he's special.
That is true.
He's special. He's really, really
That's
good.
true. Ben Simmons is special though.
Yeah.
I'd take Ben Simmons in college.
Ben Simmons couldn't shoot at all.
No, he couldn't. You're
Still
right.
can't.
He still can't. But he's a great passer, and he has like Magic Johnson size.
True.
I'll take him.
All right. I think we're going to take a break real quick. When we get back, we're going to talk about the future of Illinois for next year because a lot could change, a lot could stay the same. That is next on Illini Drive. Welcome back into Illini Drive. Josh and Carson here. So, obviously, the season, unfortunately, came to an end a little too early than most Illinois fans would have hoped for. But that just means it's time to start thinking about next year. So, obviously, there's one key piece for next year, and it's the big man, Kofi Coburn, because he's a sophomore. A lot of mock drafts have him going undrafted. Some have him going late second round. Any predictions, Carson?
I think if Tyler Underwood comes back, we are a Final Four team. Tyler Underwood, no. Yeah, Kofi, we need Kofi to come back. Like, we've seen this year, I mean, when he's off, we're off. You can't replicate him. I mean, the guy's Shaq. I mean, his size is amazing. Usually his defensive presence is very suffocating. It's going to be difficult trying to replace him if he leaves. I think he is going to come back. I think he should trust Brad to develop him more than a random G League or European team.
And Antigua.
Like, honestly, I think, like, they should go up to him like, dude, like, we will make you a Naismith player if you come back. Like, you could be, like, the face of college basketball. Just be a dominant big man. He's huge because we know what we are without Io. Like, we beat Michigan by 23.
Great.
Pretty much handled Wisconsin before Travis Trice's brother went on, like, a huge run, scored the final 19 points. Like, we are very good without Io DeSumo. But, yeah, Kofi needs to come back. If Kofi comes back, we're top 5 AP to start the season.
I think that there are two options here. The college option is you stay, potentially get a Naismith National Player of the Year. Yeah. If you develop any type of jump shot, you pass out of a double team and you catch the ball better, you can be a lottery pick.
Yep.
And I'm also pretty sure I heard today from a source that they can make money off of their jersey next year. Like, you can actually make some money off of your name in the NCAA.
Oh, everybody's going to have 21 jerseys.
Next year, exactly. Yeah. So, and if he's the face, like, it's going to be Luka jerseys, but for for Kofi. So that's your one thing. And then stay and probably make more money because of it. But you have to stay in school and you're not in the professionals and you'll have fans again. We know how Kofi loves the fans.
I know. Kofi likes being a college student. There's some points. Like, he has fun around here. I mean,
he likes being a student, but he doesn't like the schoolwork.
Okay, but the school, it's like, just take some easy gen eds. I mean,
not that easy. Okay, and then the other option is go to the G League, probably unsigned. Even if he gets drafted, he's going to the G League.
He'll rot there, dude.
Make maybe $1 million. Hope you get developed extremely well, and then maybe get into the league the next year.
What's scary is, like, usually it's hard to imagine, like, a guy that was itching to leave after his freshman year come back for his junior year.
Because he declared.
Exactly. It would be kind of, in my mind, I can't really think of a scenario where somebody would be in Kofi's situation if he comes back. But it's in his best interest, 100%.
I just maybe looking at how much Io's draft stock, rose because of staying here. Like, look at Io. A week ago, he was the projected 16th pick in the draft to the Knicks.
Where's he going to go now?
My prediction, it's always been this way for Iowa, to the Bucks. Wherever he goes, 24, 25, whatever, to the Bucks. I think he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd take a chance on him late first round.
I would for sure. He's sort of a playmaking guard that can play defense, has a better shot, killer from the mid-range.
Mid-range is good.
Great in transition.
Can finish. He knows how to finish.
He does.
Close
He's
to the
strong.
basket.
He got a lot stronger.
Think about Kofi, though. It's just like, can you imagine him going against Anthony Davis next year? No.
Never.
Like,
Even
when he got double teamed by Loyola or even sometimes triple team, I mean, he kind of panicked. I mean, NBA, they're going to crash down at that guy.
Pass.
He's not a great passer. Like, it's a no-brainer. He's got to come back.
Did you know he had like 4 assists this year?
Really?
It was under 10 for sure, and I'm pretty sure it was 4. I'm pretty sure he had his 4th assist of the year against Iowa, and I don't think he had any against Ohio State or Drexel.
Because usually he doesn't need to. Usually he can just like go up and like slam it down. But like they were playing him rough against Loyola, and in the first half they weren't calling a lot of stuff.
When you put it like that, I can't imagine him in the NBA at all. Even like Enes Kanter would dominate him.
A lot of people would dominate him. He doesn't have the bat speed yet.
He doesn't have the hands to rebound. He doesn't have the footwork. He doesn't have the passing skills.
No.
But that being said, it's money, and he probably hates class, and it's a professional
One
job.
more year, though. I mean, he's just so underselling himself. I mean, you really want to be a late second round undrafted person? Because that is what it is. He knows he's not going in the first round.
You sure about that?
You think he's going to go in the first round?
Absolutely he won't, but what if he hears something that says maybe
No, they're honest with him. He will declare. He will.
Oh, 100%.
He will go through the stuff, but he probably won't sign an agent right away, hopefully. And they're honest with him. I remember that's why he came back last year in Iowa. I mean,
he came back because Iowa came back. He announced it the next day.
No, I know, but he didn't have a choice. Yeah. I mean, they were like Iowa. They were honest with Iowa. They're like, you should go back probably. And then he did. And look what happened to Iowa.
He's going to make a lot more
his
money.
His 3-point percentage went up from 28 to 41. He's stronger. He finishes underneath more.
There's a good chance he doubled his NBA salary because of it. Instead of $1 million, he'll make 1.5 or 2, maybe even 3.
Exactly.
So, all right. So let's assume Kofi does come back.
Yeah, top 3.
You're probably going to start, and this is assuming Trent leaves, DeMonte leaves. We obviously know Io's gone.
Yeah.
So my prediction for the starting lineup would be Curbelo, Miller, Gourdie, or Melendez, one of the freshmen. And then I'm going to say Austin Hutcherson. And then...
You think Granson's done?
I think he's done starting. He's coming back. He has
no, I know. I mean, like, starting-wise.
I think Hutcherson is... Do you know what they were saying about him before his back got bad again? He was the most athletic guy on the team.
Yeah.
He was 6'7", he could shoot. I think Hutcherson and then Kofi.
Pretty good. And hopefully Georgie has a bounce-back senior year.
Yeah. Kofi
he's a veteran guy.
Yeah. Because then off your bench, you have Gourdie or Melendez, Grandison, and Georgie. And then Coleman Hawkins. You only need 8 or 9 guys.
Coleman's clumsy right now, but he's going to be good.
Not a ton of guards. You don't have another point guard. That's why it would be so nice to get
I think we're going to get Amari. I think we're going to get Burnett.
That'd be really, really good. He'd have to start.
He's a Chicago kid. Fine. Start him. Play him over one of the freshmen.
It doesn't matter to me.
Play him over one of the freshmen. Illinois, but like, all right, Kofi's gone. We might we're a bubble team or NIT probably.
I agree
because it's just
Kofi's all the difference.
Kofi's huge.
He's a game plan.
Yeah,
teams have to game plan against him, which you don't get out of Georgie or even a transfer.
I guess Coleman's got like the height, but he's a skinny guy, and offensively he would get just torn apart.
Even if you get the UMass transfer, he's not thick.
No.
Like the North Carolina guy that's out there, even if somehow by some miracle he chooses Illinois, he's not thick.
But is that kind of scary that like we need a Kofi-esque player for Brad Underwood's program to be successful? Because look,
that's all we know.
Look where we were with Iowa's freshman year. He was still averaging 13 points a game, and we won 10 games.
But that's what the Big Ten is.
And then immediately Kofi comes in, and we're a game off the Big Ten championship.
Good Big Ten teams have big guys: Dickinson, Garza, Leibel.
Yeah, Dickinson,
Kofi.
You're right.
Trayvon Williams. Look at all the top seeds. They have
when
big
Michigan
guys.
State, Xavier. What's his name?
Xavier Tillman. Indiana,
Tillman.
Trace Jackson Davis, but Archie didn't know how to coach offense, so that doesn't count.
So that's the Big Ten. Like we need a Kofi every 2 to 3 years, or else you will be Nebraska.
Like Villanova won the tournament with about everyone on their team being the same height, kind of like the '89 Illini.
Well, their guard play was phenomenal every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not what the Big Ten is right now.
No. We'll survive. But, like, it's going to be tough. Like, how much longer is Miller staying?
A year. I think he's going to be amazing next year.
Like, I think he's going to have the confidence. I think he's going to know, like, all right, you're going to have to pick up where Io left off. I think he's going to score a lot. I think Loyola was the appetizer. I think he had a really good game. I love his defense.
I love his defense.
I think he picks up, like, he does not get his ankles broken. Like, I was very, very impressed by him. And Curbelo is good. He just needs to just slow down. Like, and I think he'll be fine. Another year in the Big Ten. He just tries to do too much.
I wonder how the coaching staff is going to change.
I heard Antigua, there's rumors that he might go back to Kentucky.
I know. That's what I'm alluding to.
Yeah.
If we lose Antigua, it'd be extremely
that would
hard
not be
for us
fun
to get back Kofi.
Dude, give him a blank check. Let him stay. I mean, like, make him stay.
Can you really give an assistant a blank check?
Yes, I think he's very important to this program.
I agree with you, but that's a lot to ask out of Whitman, the athletic department. But
You
I
got to
trust
keep
Whitman.
him. I mean, like, I guess, what's he thinking to go back to Kentucky? Just like, all right, he will get paid more money.
There's your blank check.
Him and Calipari are kind of like buddies. You know, the people that Antigua has coached, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, like, he just knows. He just has so much knowledge about basketball. I wanted to write a feature about him so bad, but they wouldn't let me do it.
Antigua?
Yeah. I just couldn't get an interview with him.
He's not going to give you him.
No, and this was like before basketball season. It's just he has such an interesting story. And he's been a head coach. I know he's stunk as a head coach, but he still has, like, those aspirations. I hope he stays, but if Calipari comes calling, he's probably gone.
Where did Antigua head coach?
South Florida. He was horrible.
Terrible.
He got fired. But South Florida is also, like, the worst Power 6 job in the country.
All right. If moving away from Antigua, let's say Kofi doesn't come back. Let's say they get that UMass transfer by some means. So you start him, Hutcherson, Melendez, let's say, Miller, and Curbelo. You got Amari Burnett off the bench.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a bubble team. I think they're an 8 or 9 seed.
That's pretty bubbly.
It's pretty bubbly, but bubble to me is like
you want
last
11
4
to hear
11
bubble.
Seed.
Okay, we're not contenders. I mean, the Big Ten's gonna be pretty strong next year. It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be really strong.
It's gonna be
Michigan and Ohio State could be scary.
And
Michigan State.
Michigan State's gonna be very, very good.
Especially if Imani Bates comes, even though you think he's not.
I think he's gone. I think
G
he's
League.
gonna go G League. It's the safer option for him.
For him, maybe.
For him. For Tom Izzo, not so much. They're gonna be good. I want to see if Wisconsin's gonna run it back. If they bring a bunch of those old guys back.
Those guys don't have anything to play. They're not doing any better than they did this year.
You don't think they
don't have as much
better?
skill? They've peaked out.
You think they peaked?
You think
those were
Reavers
close
can get
games they
better? You
lost?
think Potter can get better? Trice can get better? Sure.
They smacked North Carolina.
Yeah, well, Roy Williams is one of the worst in-game coaches, in my opinion, in college basketball. I know it's a hot take, but I have my reasons.
Dude, Wisconsin's good. They were preseason top 5. Like, I wouldn't want to play Wisconsin.
Unranked to end the year.
I know, but they're like.
See, I do like Greg Gard though, which is weird.
Yeah, he's kind of a goob, but
he is. But
Iowa's gonna stink, which is nice. I don't like Fran McCaffrey. I don't wish him.
He's
long.
awful. I can't believe he got that extension. You can't not coach any defense and get an extension. I don't know what their AD's thinking.
Well, they probably thought, like, hey man, like, you're going to the Elite 8, love you. Here's like a graduation present. Congratulations. And
you say a graduation present?
I said congratulations.
Okay.
Like, here, congrats, but like, you just had the greatest player in school history, and you're going to go nowhere. And that's what I think the difference is that Illinois is more sustainable than Iowa. Like, yeah, we just lost with Iowa in the round of 32, but we still have Kofi next year.
We'll be back.
They got nothing. Like, Garza scored 36 points, and they still got routed.
You know who Illinois could have used against Loyola?
Sister Jean?
Well, yes. Luke Goody.
Yeah. They could have used a lot of things, man. I mean, they could have used Trent Frazier making a couple more baskets. They could have used that.
Griffin.
Well, dude, don't bring that up, man. Alan Griffin's going to go to the Final Four, but we're not.
I'm over it.
How are you over it?
He's their leading scorer, and it's not.
Buddy Bayham's better now.
It's not really his fault. You know what happened with that. You know about him his dad talking to Piper just before, and then him transferring without Adrian knowing. You know this.
It's frustrating, though.
Yeah. It's weird when your assistant NBA coach who gets a lot of credit for the championship goes on and praises your coach and your program, and the very next day you transfer. Okay, all right, whatever the mom is thinking.
I know.
It's frustrating.
We could have used him. I mean, if
really
a guy like Alan Griffin, I mean, you're going to get 12, 13 points. We could have put him in instead of Trent.
He's got a temper.
He does. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
DeMonte
really
has one, too. DeMonte kind of picked up.
DeMonte's like a silent killer.
That guy's annoying. He drove me nuts. There was 5 straight games where, like, he either got a tech or almost got one. Remember the Wisconsin game?
Of course I do.
He yells at
the end, yeah.
He yells at assistant coach. I mean, if they don't call out the assistant coach, Wisconsin gets 2 free throws and the ball back. Like and we lose because DeMonte couldn't shut his mouth.
He's always been like that. Him and Christian McCaffrey would go after.
I never picked that up until this year with DeMonte.
Really? Oh, I picked it up last year.
Never,
in the middle of the season.
Like Allen, like stomped on the Purdue guy. I was like, oh,
The biggest thing for me was when last year in bragging rights, Illinois lost for like the second straight year or something. Alan Griffin was chirping at the guys.
Yeah.
That was like my first time, and my dad said he heard about that in high school because my dad likes to follow the high school guys a little bit. But apparently there's no one else has an attitude problem right now that we know of. But DeMonte is just, like, I love him. I really do. Everyone needs a glue guy, but I'm not going to miss his temper and his scares.
I think he's for sure gone.
No.
I don't think he is either.
Trent made his little goodbye tweet, but DeMonte then again is Trent's gone, yeah.
Where's DeMonte going, though? That's the thing. He's not going to the pros.
I can't see him playing it. The joke in my frat is, like, DeMonte's going to go work at a Foot Locker. Like,
no. He could be a coach.
He could be a coach.
He could easily be a coach.
Get a lot of teas, though, more than Fran. He's got to mature a little bit. He'd have to mature into
Fran just looks like a mean biker. I mean, like a cyclist.
Yeah.
You know, he just wears his tights and his goggles.
A little bit.
He needs to go.
Yeah. Fran?
Yeah,
he does, but Iowa fans love him for some reason. They call Brad angry, but at least he's a good coach. Fran is just...
Oh, Brad's angry? Or look in the mirror.
Okay,
oh, my God.
But Fran is either what people don't...
Brad's like not like the best-looking guy, but, I mean...
Fran is like either a 1 or a 2 or a 10. Maybe a 3 or a 4 or a 10. He gets hot very fast.
His son's terrible.
Connor's not good. Patrick's okay.
Why is his son starting?
You know Connor plays baseball, too?
I did not know.
He is. He's not. He's all right, but he's a 2-sport D1 athlete. It's pretty cool. Patrick
sounds like nepotism to me.
Huh?
Sounds like nepotism.
He shouldn't have been starting.
He averages 3 points a game. I mean,
as a starter.
As a starter, that's horrible. DeMonte at least averages 6.
I mean, I know Grandison only averaged 4, but he only played 12 minutes a game,
and he didn't start every single time. I mean, I don't know.
He didn't play a couple games in the beginning of the year. He went from not playing to starting.
Yeah, it's because Curbelo was messing up. I love Curbelo off the bench.
Me too. I love it. Maybe if Burnett comes, keep Curbelo off the bench. He'd like it. He'd be fine.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think he's ready to lead the team?
Nope. Not yet. Junior year. He's a 4-year
Who's going to lead us next year? You have to have a guard lead you. You think Miller's going to lead us? Miller time. Miller's the number 2 guy. Miller's like Klay Thompson. Kofi's not a leader. Kofi's just an awesome athlete. Or a big man. He's
Burnett.
I don't know. You think he can walk in here and lead an Illinois team?
Maybe DeMonte will stay. Maybe Trent will stay.
Trent's not going. Trent's sick of school.
I know.
No,
he loves it here, man. Trent lives the dream.
Maybe he loves the social life.
Yes.
However, does he love
he'll go play in Europe.
East was like, hey, you want a Masters? I mean, he's just not interested.
Yep.
Any of these guys can play in Europe. That's not a big deal.
All right. Gonna go for another quick break real quick. When we get back, just more tournament talk. It's March Madness, so got to stick on that. That's next on Illini Drive. Welcome back into Illini Drive. It's Josh Pietsch and Carson Gourdie. Now it's just time for some tournament talk. Just 16 teams left. It's an extremely weird 16. I guarantee you no one predicted the Sweet 16 correctly. Anyone out of the 14.7 million brackets. So, yeah, I mean...
You don't think one person?
No way.
Not every game. Like, they could have got a bunch around 64 games
I don't think that there's one person that has all 16 teams correct.
That is a very hot take, Mr. Pietsch. Very.
Well, Mr. Gourdie, I seriously, who would have guessed?
Me.
Let me see your bracket.
Here, I'll pull it up. No, I'm in 51 percentile. No, dude. No, there's a difference between like getting every pick right up to the Sweet 16 and just having the Sweet 16.
I don't think anyone's ever done that.
All Sweet 16? I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable enough, I guess. But, hey, I'm a big Blue Jay guy right now.
Creighton. They did kill Ohio, which Illinois fans didn't want to see. But
the thing with them, it's like, what a backdoor way of getting the Sweet 16. I mean, you get to play a 12 and a 13. Same with UCLA.
Good for them.
It's lucky, but I mean, it's just like...
Okay, this is from NCAA.com 6 hours ago. Not a single NCAA bracket out of millions predicted this Sweet 16.
Well, they're stupid.
Who was right?
Well,
Mr.
they could have
Gourdie.
just got rid of, like, okay, if Ohio State was in it, there's probably somebody that predicted it.
Sure.
Oral Roberts is the one that messed it up.
And Abilene Christian. And,
Abilene Christian's not in the
no,
Sweet
no,
16?
not. Yeah, you're right. Well, I had Texas in my Final Four. My original Final
I
Four
don't
was
know.
Illinois, Baylor,
Why
Gonzaga,
were people
Texas.
hyping them up? Why were people, like, kissing the ring?
Texas?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Like, dude, I know a guy that took him to win the Natty.
Okay.
Like, shocker. A lot of times I like to think about this. Just think about the head coach and picture him on. Think of him on like a ladder cutting the net. Can you imagine Shaka Smart cutting down the nets? No, you can't. Exactly.
He did at VCU.
Cut down the nets, win the championship.
Can you imagine Brad doing that?
No, that's why we're never going to win one.
Whoa.
We'll be in the next Purdue.
You hater.
I'm kidding. I love you, Brad.
You're a hater.
Don't listen to me.
You're a hater.
But it's just like Archie Miller. Can he cut down the bracket now? But yeah, looking at the bracket, Gonzaga, Baylor. I mean, we were hyping it up for 3 months.
Still going to happen.
It got a little off track. People thought Illinois potentially, maybe Michigan. But I think we're on track for a Baylor, Gonzaga, awesome title game.
All right, well, it's time for the two of us to predict the bracket right out of the way. I have the Second Chance Tournament Challenge bracket pulled up right here. So we're going to go game by game. We're going to argue, and we're going to fill it out together.
Sounds good, Josh.
Between the two of us. First game, Gonzaga, Creighton. I mean,
you got to go Gonzaga.
You gotta go
they
Gonzaga
look like an NBA team right now, offensively.
I agree. Yeah, okay. That's easy. Next game, 2 Pac-12 teams.
This is the toughest one.
I know who I really like Oregon here.
I like Oregon, too. I'm going to go USC, though. Just because.
We got to decide on something here.
We're making it together?
I think, yeah. Let's do this. We got to.
All right, let's look at the resume. So USC got swept by Colorado 3 times. They've only played Oregon once, and they beat them by 14.
USC?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go USC. I like Mobley a lot. They're both really good teams, but it's kind of cheese that Oregon missed out on VCU. So I'm gonna go Trojans.
I'm with you. I'll change it.
I'll
agree with you here. We'll go USC.
But I think that is. I'm not kidding. That is the hardest Sweet 16 team to predict.
So we both have. We're gonna go Baylor over Villanova, right?
That's a lot.
And then I assume we're taking Arkansas over Oral Roberts.
We got to.
We have to.
The history is when Florida Gulf Coast made the Sweet 16 like 10 years ago, like they got their cheeks clapped. Like they don't have a chance in all seriousness against Arkansas.
Let's move to the East now. Michigan and Florida State. I'm with you on Florida State if you want.
I'm going Florida State.
I love Leonard Hamilton.
I need Florida State. I think Michigan's going to win, but I need Florida State.
No,
I picked them before.
Florida State.
Yeah.
Good. I'm with you. Leonard Hamilton's awesome. Did you know it took him 8 years at Florida State to get to the tournament?
They wanted him fired. He was horrible.
And now he's there. He's been there for how many years? 12, 13?
He's a late bloomer.
Stick with your coach. I say that, and I always call for firings. All right, this one's hard for me. UCLA and Alabama.
Okay.
I'll tell you who I want.
Who do you want? I know
UCLA.
you want UCLA. I know you want to see UCLA in the Final Four, but it's not going to happen. Alabama is fast.
So is UCLA.
They're good.
So is UCLA.
Okay, but UCLA, they've had such an easy path to get here. They're playing a very strong 2 seed.
I'll take Alabama for us, but I seriously think UCLA is going to win. But I just doubt Alabama. All right, other side, Loyola, I think is going to beat Oregon State.
That's a lock. I think that is, no, I'm not kidding. Loyola they are better. They are better than Oregon State.
Syracuse and Houston.
This is tough.
This is really tough.
So Rutgers should have slapped Houston. They had the chance. It was in the bag, and they choked because that's what Rutgers does. However, I'm going Buddy Boeheim. I'm going Alan Griffin.
I feel really bad for Steve Pickle or whatever his name is. That sucks.
Yeah.
We can take Syracuse. That's fine.
I'm taking Syracuse.
That's fine.
I think Syracuse is ready. I think Loyola Syracuse is going to be one of the most enjoyable Elite Eights to watch.
So up top, can we take Gonzaga and Baylor?
Yeah.
And then, all right, Florida State or Alabama?
Wait, I'm filling out mine right now real quick to keep up with you. All right, so Gonzaga's beating USC. Said that.
Yes.
Baylor's beating Arkansas.
Yeah.
Sky's blue. Florida State, Alabama's tough. Florida State, I kind of doubted them because I know they lost 6 games in the ACC, didn't play a lot of games, but they look like they are a fine-tuned machine.
I think we should go Florida State here.
You think we should go? All right, I'll flip it with you.
Thank you. And then Loyola Syracuse. Oh my gosh!
Honestly,
this is gonna be the
tough.
game of the year.
Because both kind of like they're not up tempo teams. Loyola can shoot Syracuse can shoot the three.
Carson just did a coin.
I just flipped a coin.
Yeah.
Let's go Syracuse.
Shias.
Let's go Syracuse. Screw Sister Jean.
Oh my gosh. I feel like
screw Sister Jean.
Another Final Four is his destiny.
I mean, like, Sister Jean might have a heart attack if they win. So, like, save her life.
Hold on a second, Carson. Holy moly.
I mean, she's been living in freshman housing for 70 years.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I don't know. I really want
I'm taking Syracuse. No, I know. I don't know who to take.
We have to do this together. I mean, we have to pick the same one.
But okay, so Loyola plays great. Okay, which Syracuse does Syracuse make their shots or no?
Dude, I think that they're going to defend the heck out of Buddy Boeheim and Alan Griffin. Dude, Porter Moser has a plan for everyone. This guy is a genius. I'm telling you, I want him to get a blank check from Texas or Indiana.
He's not going to Texas.
Indiana. He won't take it, but they'll offer it.
I'll go Loyola for you.
Thank you.
But we're taking Baylor to win the title. That's a fact. It's an ultimatum.
So our championship is Baylor Gonzaga, obviously.
It's Baylor Gonzaga. Two best teams. We've been hyping it up for months. Here's why I took Baylor. I think they have phenomenal guard play. I think they play better defense than Gonzaga. It's going to be one of the best national title games. Because I know Baylor lost twice, but are we sure they lose if not for the COVID break? I mean, that really affected this team. And it seems like they're finally picking up the steam.
And Scott Drew is an extremely good coach.
He deserves it, man. He runs such a clean program.
A lot of people say like this was Illinois' dream year. No, this was Baylor's year.
This is Baylor's. I mean, they were really good last year, and then they kind of slid towards the end.
It's also Gonzaga's year, in my opinion.
It is. That's what's crazy. Like, these are each program's two best teams in school history. However, I got to go with the Big 12 here.
If Mark Few doesn't win this game,
doesn't mean he's still a great coach. They're still going to have chances to win in the future.
All right.
I think this game's going to be like 91-88. It's going to be fast. It's going to be.
In that case, I see Gonzaga winning.
Nah, because Baylor can shoot, man.
Baylor doesn't give up points, man.
They do. Fake news. Remember when they can win a shootout. Go with Baylor. Get my $400. I'll give you like 5 of it.
If you win 400,
yeah, I'll give you like $5.
You're just gonna take me out to dinner.
Where do you want to go?
It'll be.
You want to go to Dorcia's?
No, we'll go to B-Dubs and watch a game.
I really go. Well, dude, what do you mean go to B-Dubs and watch the game?
A game. Ah, crap. There's nothing to watch.
You know what I mean? That's a catch. No, I thought you were saying, hey, with your $400, let's watch the Gonzaga Baylor game. Well, I wouldn't have gotten the money.
I meant a game after that.
What game you want to watch? You want to watch opening day?
No.
Baseball?
No.
Want to watch the Oakland A's opening day?
No.
There's nothing on. I don't care about the NBA.
My score prediction, if we have Baylor, I'm going to go 83-75.
So you like being wrong? You think they're going to win by 8?
Shut up.
You think they're going to hold Gonzaga?
I invited you on my show.
Congratulations. Gonzaga scored 98 points against Virginia. Tony Bennett, they scored 98 against Iowa.
Tony Bennett and Virginia are having an off year.
I know. What I'm saying is they scored 90 points with their eyes closed. 91, 89, Baylor, I get $400. We're all happy. Like that's better than a stimulus check.
No, it's not.
That is.
86.
Lower the debt.
86,
it's private money.
86-81. There we go.
Fine, we got it. Baylor wins the title. It's all good. And Illinois next year, who knows?
If Kofi comes back.
And Marcus Carr from Minnesota.
Marcus Carr's going to Texas Tech. That's my prediction. Hopefully that's right. I'd love to be right about that. I'm going to fill out another one of these when I get back home and have my UCLA, Loyola, Baylor, Gonzaga Final Four.
My buddy took Oral Roberts to win the title in like his third bracket.
Who's your buddy?
Billy Dyer.
Oh, I've heard the name. Don't know him.
You know Billy?
Nope.
You should meet him. He's a nice guy.
All right.
But he took Oral Roberts. Like, if Oral Roberts wins it all, I mean...
That's cool.
He's going to get like top 20 in the entire world probably.
Good for him. Maybe he'll make some money.
He probably won't. Because there's probably some other knucklehead that picked Oral Roberts and had like 2 other Final Four teams, right? Because he just did a coin flip.
He'll probably have like Oral Roberts, Loyola,
you know his
UCLA,
championship?
and Gonzaga.
His championship was Morehead State, Oral Roberts, and the final score was 2-2.
No, Morehead State, Oral Roberts was the second, would have been the round of 32.
Then he picked some crazy team on the other side.
Blind Christian, maybe.
Something
like
and
that.
The final score was 2-2. That's what he wrote as the tiebreaker.
2-2, a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So the tiebreaker game goes to tie. Good for him. All right, Carson, thanks for being on. Going to wrap it up.
Thank you, Josh.
Hopefully you'll sub in again for someone. Maybe you'll be a regular on the show if you wanted soon. Who knows?
Maybe. Who knows, man?
Time will tell. Only time will tell. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. From Carson and Josh, this has been Illini Drive.